Welcome back with a smiling face. Links to previous episodes are given in the video description, so don't forget to like, subscribe and share the video. Secrets of the Fallen Heart. Episode 15. Chapter 97. I don't want to give in to him so easily, but when he keeps caressing my skin, I don't say anything. Why did I put something so short? I mean, it's summer, but still. Nathaniel keeps going, silently going on my leg, his electric blue eyes still on me. So annoying. I'm blushing. You're not too tired? You should take your meds. I shake my head. I hate taking medicine, it makes me drowsy. I would rather stay there and snooze on the couch with him. Nathaniel doesn't add anything, either, but he won't take his eyes off me. This is such a strange situation. Back a few days ago, we couldn't have been further apart. It took a WH's attack to bind us back together. So, what now? How are you feeling? I'm fine. I may be a slow healer, but I can still heal. It doesn't hurt more than a sprain now. To prove my words, I take off the useless scarf that was binding my arm, and pull down my shirt to show the pink scar on my shoulder. I was wondering if he might feel disgusted by it, but he just nods, with a satisfied look. Can you move? Yeah. It just aches a bit if I use my muscles too much. Wait, he's not thinking of doing anything too straining, right? I frown a bit, recalling Danny's earlier words. I don't know how much I can trust my own self-control, right now. I've been deprived for a few years, after all. I wonder if that's the case for him too. Nate. Did you sleep with someone else after I left? He doesn't answer, but goes white as sheet, which pretty much sums up his answer. I had hoped for something different. I click my tongue, a bit annoyed. I guess I was the only one living like a nun. Nothing serious, he says. It was only a few one-night stands. Nate. I swear, I never saw them twice. Shut up. He looks down, and from his expression, I can tell he's swearing internally, probably pissed at himself. Suits him, I'm not in a forgiving mood anyway, so I'd rather not talk about this again. At least he's not giving me the alpha male excuse. Following this, I see him take a deep breath. I wonder where his deep thinking brought him to. Back then, I thought I had learned to decipher his emotions, but now, it's like we're back to square one all over again. It annoys me a bit. It's not like we both have a clean plate, anyway. Elena, would you marry me? Has he gone crazy now? I look at him, speechless. What the heck was he thinking to utter those words now? Is he that desperate? No. No way I'm ready for this kind of things, and certainly not with a man who just confessed he had S*X with Moon Goddess knows how many women since I've been gone. Unlike my expectations, he slowly nods, not looking surprised. I thought you'd trust me more that way. You think marriage prevents cheating? Are you serious? It works for Nora and Damien. Your brother and my cousin are fated mates, they stayed faithful to each other basically for life. I don't know if you've noticed, but neither of yous is anything close to that, I reply angrily. I get up, annoyed at him for some reason. He can't compare me to Nora. I'm not my cousin. I love her, truly, but we're worlds apart. In the way we were raised, grew up, fought and found love, Nora and I are absolutely nothing alike. If it wasn't for a blood test I wouldn't even believe we're the same family, and our parents were twins. I see him get up too, and just as I want to walk away from him, he follows me all the way to the kitchen. I try to ignore him and grab a glass of wine. Nathaniel chuckles, annoying me a bit because I'm torn between ignoring him and asking what is so funny. Stop laughing. I'm not laughing. You're having fun, anyway. Nothing is fun, Elena, calm down. Before I can protest, he corners me, putting his arms around me. I'm so surprised I miss the chance to say anything. Moreover, he's already dangerously close, and his scent becomes a bit of a problem. It's alluring. Too alluring. It's fine. Estelle will be fine, so will we. I saw my baby shapeshift for the first time today. Nate, it's not, it's in the order of things, she had to shapeshift one day. So what if she's early, and a royal? You already knew that, right? It's useless to worry over that. She is who she is. I don't care how many WHES come after her, I'll protect my daughter. Our daughter. Our daughter. Elena, I'm her dad, all right. It's easy for you to say, now. He smiles, annoying me to the core. Can't he just drop that attitude of his? He goes one step closer. I didn't realize he could come closer and still not touch me. He's driving me crazy. I have to look away to not look at him now. It's unnatural. He knows. We both know. Estelle has two powerful uncles, the greatest Luna aunt, and her parents are warriors. Her mom is the strongest, toughest she-wolf I know. She'll grow old and beautiful like her mom. Stop the sweet talking, of course, he doesn't listen. I freeze when his lips get dangerously close. I'm taking a deep breath in, but right before our lips touch, he suddenly changes direction, and softly kisses my cheek. I blush. That. Elena. You're kidding me, right? Before he can add anything else, I grab his hair, and pulls him in, kissing him fiercely. That how you should be kissing me, is what I want to say, but of course, my mouth is too busy for that. Moon goddess, his lips, his taste. I missed it so much. His hands are already caressing my body, my neck, my hair, while I moan under our passionate kissing. How did I survive without his kisses for 4 years? How? Nate's tongue is on mine, driving me crazy, bringing the heat from the depths of my body, making me burn all the way. I'm trembling, grabbing him, kissing him hard and deep. Elena. Elena, his voice is consummated by desire, and driving me equally crazy. We're both going nuts. I don't know. I keep looking for air, but I want his kisses more. I'm cornered in his kitchen, his arms all around me, caressing my skin and undoing my clothes skillfully. I'm so hot. I want more, more. My self-control flew out of the window as soon as he touched me. I hate him. I hate what he does to me, and this foolish body of mine craving him when I should resent him for. I don't know, at least a few weeks more. Nate lifts me without warning, making me sit on the kitchen counter. I immediately entrap him between my legs, while he gets rid of my outfit, having it slid down to my ankles until it drops to the floor. I'm in my underwear, in his kitchen, facing him. I'm hot. So hot. His fingers keep caressing my skin, my thighs, my waist, my back. I shiver and let the sparkles crawl under my skin, a wave of pleasure slowly coming back and forth. I struggle to get him out of his shirt, making him chuckle. I make him shut up with even more kissing, our tongues fighting to get a better taste of the other. When I suddenly feel his fingers on my panties, I grab his wrist, freezing. It's not Elena. He asks, out of breath too. I, my head is in such confusion right now, I don't even know how to formulate my thoughts into words. I'm red from head to toe, out of breath and excited. He stares at me, confused, and in about the same state as I am. I had a baby. I already know that, he replies, a bit confused. It means my body changed. I mean, S*X is not going to be like before. He chuckles, caressing my nape with a tender look in his eyes. I don't think he's getting it, but a wave of anxiousness overpowers me in a few seconds. What if he's disappointed? What if he doesn't like my body anymore? What if we have the S*X ever end? Elena, look at me. He manages to get my attention, but I shake my head. You know what? Let's forget it. It's a bad idea. I can just, but while I struggle to escape him, he keeps smiling and holds me back, until I stop fighting and sigh. Elena Whitewood, I love you. Holy moon goddess, why does he have to be so cheesy right now? I'm blushing like crazy, trying to evade his eyes, but he caresses my neck, speaking softly. I don't care how much your body changed. I want to embrace the woman I love. That's all I am thinking about. I'll love it because it's you. I don't care how much your body changes, my sunshine. Even if you get wrinkles or 100 more pounds, I'll love this body of yours. Sh. Shut up, I stutter, even more ashamed right now. Is he saying that because he noticed I took on a bit more weight? Before I can say anything else, he slowly kisses the tip of my fingers. His mesmerizing blue gaze is on me, making me crazy. He kisses each of my fingers one by one, then goes to my palm. It's like this part of my body is suddenly connected to another, more intimate part, and sending electricity there. His kisses go to my wrist, and keeps going higher and higher. His lips go in between, and, skilled as he is, he takes it off in a matter of second. I'd better not remember how he got so skilled. I breathe louder as he keeps kissing, fondling, and caressing me. I reach out for his warmth too, my arms go to his back, caressing it, going lower. I can't strain my shoulder, but I won't let him do it all by himself either. The heat goes up in the kitchen, and before I know it, we're both hotter than ever. My heart is thumping in my ears, I'm excited beyond words. It's Nate. Nathaniel. The man I left 4 years ago, the man I've been wanting for 4 years. I don't know if I should be glad or regretful, but it's way too late. I want him. I want him so bad. When we unite our body, I can't hold a cry of pleasure. It takes the two of us a few seconds to recover just from that deep, forceful contact. We kiss again in that short lap of time, unable to hold it. It's like it never happened. Like we're back to 4 years ago but with something better. Something more fusional between us, something I don't want to miss ever again. His body is bulkier, manlier, and I can't handle it all. The muscles moving under his skin are driving me crazy. Nate keeps moving, inside, and I can't hold it. He's gotten even better, if it was possible. My extremities are going insane with pleasure, tickling, and I need to focus on breathing not to explode. He's not even going fast or wild, it's just so good. He remembers my body, how to make me go insane with pleasure. My stomach is bursting, my insides overwhelmed by the friction of our bodies between my legs. Worst thing is, I have to be careful not to be too loud, I'm scared we'll wake Estelle up, and I really don't want that. Nate. More. Please," as if he was waiting for my go, he suddenly accelerates, and I wasn't prepared. I breathe and moan, grabbing his broad shoulders to hold on, the blood rushing. After a while, I realize his erratic breathing is mixed with his husky voice, calling my name. I hear it, again and again, as he keeps thrusting, making sparkles inside, having me cry out. After a while, I finally feel it coming. I don't know how long we've been like this, but I can't take it anymore, and I can feel him tensing up, groaning louder. A few seconds later, we both explode, like a firework in my head and our joint bodies. Are you okay?" he asks, out of breath. I slowly nod. "Moon goddess. How did we spend hours before? Just a few minutes and I'm so freaking tired." Nathaniel doesn't seem as exhausted as I am. He just kisses my shoulder while I rest on his, caressing my back. "I missed you. I missed you so much," he whispers while slowly hugging me. To my own surprise, his words bring me to tears. I hug him back, hiding my pathetic sobbing in his shoulder. "Elena? Are you in pain?" "Did I?" "Shut up," I sob. He sighs, and lifts me up again, caressing me effortlessly. Between his strength and new muscles, I'll really get addicted to this new body of his. "I missed you too. You jerk." "Elena, you jerk. I hate you," I hear him chuckle, and kiss my neck again. "I know. I'm sorry. And I love you, too." "Stop saying that. I still hate you." I know he doesn't care, but I'm still annoyed at him. "A bit. Bath? Shower?" he asks softly. A bath. All right. And maybe we can go for a second." "Shut up." I hear him chuckles while he carries me to the bathroom. 98. I can't help but smile, watching this beautiful woman sleep. I missed this view. Elena, sleeping soundly on my bed. She's gorgeous. I'm still feeling the aftermath of our wild X rounds last night, but she's exhausted. We both lack practice, and some adjustments. It's been almost 5 years, after all. Our bodies have changed, the way we interact, too. I know she still doesn't trust me. It's probably going to take a while before she can. I know that, and it's only fair. Truthfully, a part of me is still afraid she's going to run away with my baby girl and find some prince charming to marry. Moon goddess, why did I have to mess up so badly? As if Elena wasn't temperamental enough already. Feeling energized, I woke up early again. So early, the sun isn't even up yet. I watch her sleep for a while, but I can't stay still for some reason. I decide to silently get up and leave, letting her rest. I shut the door and head to my dressing to grab something I can work out in. I've missed the gym. I make sure to stop by Estelle's room, to check on my little princess. She's sleeping soundly just like her mom, squeezing some colored monster plushie I bought her. I can't believe she's slept so long. We got her to bed early yesterday, she even skipped dinner. Did playing with James all day exhaust her? I can resist and softly kiss her before heading to the kitchen. There, I write a quick note for Elena when she wakes up, letting her know I'll be at the building's gym. I'll try to be quick, anyway. I want to make them breakfast. As usual, so early, the gym is empty. I sweat out to my heart's content, happy to reunite with those familiar sensations of pushing my body to its limits. With some music on, I enjoy this familiar adrenaline rushing through my veins, calming my inner instincts. Posted by jobnib.com. I'm still thinking about Elena's power that probably healed me. No wonder I've always been so energetic after the nights with her. I just hope it doesn't put a strain on her body, especially since she's still healing. I keep exercising, but my mind is elsewhere. I already miss my girls, and though it's only been a bit over an hour, I decide to go back as the sun rises slowly. Should I make something new for breakfast? I know Elena loves my French croissants, but Estelle would love a pain au chocolate better, I bet. Daddy! Daddy! Mommy! I'm struck. What the heck is going on? My baby's crying. I don't wait for the elevator and run to the stairs, climbing as fast as I can back to my apartment. What happened for Estelle to cry like so? Did she get hurt? Did something happen to her mom? I'm panicking like crazy, my wolf is going nuts too. I shouldn't have left. I run into the apartment and find Estelle alone in the middle of the living room, crying buckets. Daddy! She screams as soon as she sees me. She runs to me, and I hug her back, completely lost. I try to check for any injuries, but aside from the erratic sobbing, she seems fine. Baby, what's wrong? Tell Daddy, baby. Did you get hurt? Are you hurting somewhere? Tell me, Estelle. Daddy, I woke up and you were gone, and Mommy was gone, and I was alone and I got very scared. I don't want you to leave Daddy, please. Please don't leave me alone. I don't want to be alone. I'm scared. Daddy. Mommy, my heart breaks. Holy moon goddess. I hug her tight, so tight as if I could melt her and keep her close to my heart forever. My poor little baby girl. I shouldn't have left her. Did she panic because she couldn't find us? I closed my bedroom door, with the soundproofing. Elena probably didn't hear a thing even if she called her. It's okay, baby star. I'm here, I'm not leaving you, I promise. I'm here, Daddy. I'm scared. I'm scared Mommy will leave, and you'll leave, and I will be all alone. I promise I'll be a good girl, so don't leave me. Please. I'll really be a good girl. I keep patting her back. How do I calm her down? And how did she get so scared in the first place? Is it because of what happened? Or because I was absent for the 4 first years of her life, she'll think I'll be gone anytime? I keep hugging her, feeling like a useless and the worst father. Estelle, Daddy loves you. I love you more than anything, my baby star. I promise I won't leave you, and Mommy too. You'll have both of us. We're not leaving you. You promise. I promise, baby star. Your daddy will always love you, and I'll be there for you. You're not alone. You're not alone, she keeps crying silently, and I hug my daughter for as long as she needs it, until she actually calms down. I really didn't see that one coming. After a few more minutes, I see Elena coming out of my bedroom, in her panties and a shirt of mine she found, dangerously so early in the morning. She should be grateful I'm busy soothing our daughter because this woman is too hot for her own sake. She frowns and walks up to us, seeing Estelle and her red, teary eyes in my arms. Oh, baby! What happened? I woke up and Daddy wasn't there, and you weren't there, Mommy. So I was really scared and I cried a lot. Don't be scared, baby star, we're there. I always told you, didn't I? Mommy will always be there for you. She gently caresses Estelle's hair, calming her down, kissing her wet cheeks and talking to her softly. Elena being a mom is probably the best thing I've seen in my whole life. I didn't think I could love this woman more than I already do, but I'm falling lower and lower. She's gentle, caring and looks at our baby girl like she's the most precious thing ever. Do you want hot cocoa, baby star? I think you're hungry, my baby. You skipped dinner last night, remember? Estelle hesitates before nodding, and sitting up in my arms, looking at me. Moon goddess, she's too cute for my heart to handle. Those big blue eyes of hers are still all sparkling from her tears earlier, and her hair in a mess is just like her mom's. Daddy! Can we have breakfast now? Please. I smile and kiss her cheek, carrying her to the kitchen. I have her sit up on the counter, while Elena takes a stool to sit on the other side with a little smile, brushing Estelle's hair. What does our baby star want to eat? I think our empty stomachs call for a brunch, says Elena with a wink. Oh, I know what she wants. Back then, she loved me making brunch when she was always starving after our wild weekends partying and having adult activities in bed. I turn to Estelle, kissing her forehead. You like a good potato omelette, baby? Estelle's all curious, watching me cook with wide eyes. I go all out and make 3 big potato omelettes, with some bell peppers, smoked salmon on the side and toasts. Of course, our princess gets her hot cocoa while her mom and I gulp down our dose of caffeine. We cheerfully eat breakfast all together in the kitchen, and the tears from earlier are easily dried up, Estelle laughing with us about her mom's poor cooking skills and telling us all about her play from last night with her cousin. When she's done eating, she runs to her bedroom to play, leaving us alone in the kitchen. Elena's chewing her toast with a satisfied expression. I walk over to her side, stealing some of her food in one bite. Hey, let me eat, you wolf, I'm hungry. Well, in that case, you should have cooked more. I'm not talking about the food, she blushes, finally getting what I'm talking about. Well, it's her fault. She knows how she is, especially in the morning. And how much I love it when she's like that. I hug her, humming her scent in her neck, leaving kisses on her skin. Nate, stop it, I'm really getting excited. I take a deep breath, trying to calm down. Not the time and place, man. She chuckles. Someone's been working on their self-control, don't tempt me. You're the one walking around legs in my apartment. I didn't think the sight of my bare legs could get you excited, she says with an amused smile. Any bare part of you is exciting. Even if I'm not shaved? And I got fatter. I roll my eyes. Really, this woman? She doesn't trust me one bit, does she? Yes, and you didn't get fatter. I'm even thinking you got thinner, but no worry, I can take care of that for you. Are you planning on fattening me up? I like your curves, I admit. By the way, did you think about my question? She frowns, visibly wondering what I'm talking about. I chuckle. I knew it, she completely omitted it. That's fine, I give her some time to remember. When she finally understands, she scoffs. Oh, no, Nathaniel Black, I'm not marrying you. Or anyone. Are you sure? Estelle would be so cute in a little white dress, she can wear one when she marries. I won't. I frown. I didn't think I'd hate the idea of my daughter getting married so much. Is that me being a dad? Whoever she'll like better be ready, I'm going to be one of a protective father. Maybe I can forbid her from dating until she's 20. Or 25. Anyway, I push those concerns for later and get back to my own future wife. Please marry me, I ask again. No, Nate. I just agreed to live with you, now you want to wed me? Or you nuts? Do I get any room for thinking at all? You're rushing things. Well, considering we went rather quickly from being reunited to living together, I figured. She slaps my shoulder, annoyed. It's a no, and if you insist again, I'll even take a step back and sleep with my daughter rather than you. I chuckle. You'll miss me first. Oh, shut up. She pushes me away and walks to the bathroom, locking the door behind her. I love this stubborn woman. I'm not a big romantic like Damien, but I bet I can make her give in someday. I'm in no rush, anyway. As long as I bind her to me one way or another. I'm getting clingier, aren't I? Ah, I really want to take a shower now. I haven't showered since I came back from the gym, and bonus, Elena's in there too. I sigh and decide to go see how Estelle's doing instead. She got into some little castle toy with her princess figurines and takes it all around her room. Now that it's properly painted, her room looks a lot more suited for a child, and she seems to love it. She probably could use some more clothes too. But I'll let Elena handle, or she'll nagging me about spending too much on her again. When I hear her get out of the shower, I leave Estelle to go and see her. She's busy putting on some jeans and a tank top. Apparently, her arm and shoulder are already better enough for her to get dressed without any help. She sighs while trying to brush her hair. I need a haircut, this is too annoying, she growls. I could recommend a salon down the street. She nods and ties it up quickly, then walks up to me. By the way, don't you have work? She asks. I don't think I've seen you with a computer since we came here, don't worry, my HR direction is happy to get rid of me for a while. And we have other matters at hand. What are you talking about? Elena, if something big and bad will happen in a few days, we need a backup plan to protect Estelle. I feel bad raising it up, but I don't want to wait until it's too late. I know you've probably thought about it already, so tell me. She sighs, crossing her arms. Yes, I thought about it. I was thinking of asking Danny. What? I'm baffled. Of all people, her best friend? I don't understand what she was thinking about. Elena nods and explains. He's not a good fighter at all, but he's fast. If things don't end the way we like, he can take Estelle away from Silver City, fast. We talked about it after Reagan's funeral, Daniel agrees with it. He will hide during the fight with Estelle and leave if things turn badly. I hate that idea, I reply straight out. And where would they go? Well, from what Reagan said, my mom was a gypsy from some eastern area, so I was thinking they'd run east until they meet some human town and hide. Elena, no. I'm not letting my daughter leave Silver City alone with a weak wolf. No offense to Daniel, but if anything happens to me, I want to be sure she'll be fine. If something happens to you, Nate, we will both be too dead to deal with what happens to her. Do you have a better idea? Everyone will be fighting, so Damien has a plan already. What? We talked about it after you came back. Damien's been planning things for months, with William, Nora's, well, your cousin too. The Sapphire Moon has a safe house in the north, and they know how to get there secretly. When her labor starts, Nora will most likely be moved to the Sapphire Moon territory. The witch doesn't know of your connection to this clan, and will most likely focus on the Blood Moon clan's territory. She'll go with James, and the Sapphire Moon will protect her. You want Estelle to be with them? She asks, surprised. Yeah. Silviana knows of this plan, and approved it. She's already placed some more witch protection spells or whatever there. Elena, the children will be safe, and Daniel can go with them if it makes you feel better. Liam will be there too. What? Liam? Why would he be there instead of fighting with you? He will be fighting, I explain, but from the rear, like a defensive position. That way, if things turn really bad, Nora and Liam can leave together. Her face slowly turns paler and paler. I know it's not nice to hear, but this plan is probably the best one to guarantee Estelle's safety if things don't turn the way we hoped. If we're both killed in battle, I want to know she will be with her aunt and uncle, in a safer place. Elena looks as if she's about to cry, but she slowly nods. All right. I trust your brother anyway. If there's one thing he's good at, it's protecting his family, including his niece, I guess. I hate that we're planning all this when we just promised we'd never leave her. I'll have to explain it to her before that time comes. I know, I sigh. I feel the same thing as you. Suddenly, Elena's eyes darken. Before that, I need to talk to the White Moon clan. What now? I stare at her, surprised. I thought she didn't want to go back there, but she seems determined. If we have to fight, I don't want it to be last time's mess. We lost lives because our alpha didn't make the right choices. I need to be sure things are as they should be there. Talk to Clark and Chris, okay. I'm going alone, Nate. I chuckle. Yeah, I'd expect so. I'll watch the baby meanwhile. And Nathaniel, I need to ask you something. I frown. I don't like it when she takes that serious look with me. After a while, she takes a deep breath, and I can tell I'm not going to like her question. Who killed Diego, Nate? 99. I decided I'd walk to the White Moon clan's turf. I need some fresh air to clear my mind before I do this. Truth is, I'm not ecstatic about going back there, but some things need to be done and some need to be said. I managed to avoid them when I buried Reagan, but I won't go on forever like that. After all, that pack adopted me, and raised me. There have been a lot of mistakes, and trust was lost along the way, but they are still my people. At least, in my mind. I know I was officially banned for birthing a child from a different clan, but that was 4 years ago. Nora and Damien got rid of any frontiers. Now, I can walk into my former territory without anyone to stop me. I knew it wouldn't be a nice return, but I did not expect to feel so sad. I spent my whole childhood in those streets, and until now I hadn't realized how much I missed all of this. The familiar smells, the simple shops, the music coming out from some windows. Especially in the summer, the Hispanic neighborhood has to be one of the most lively ones of Silver City. Some people seem to recognize me, surprised, and greet me with a bit of hesitation. Not everyone is a werewolf around here, it's a rather mixed area, almost 50-50 between humans and us. Hence, those who didn't know why I disappeared are surprised to see me back, and awkward. After a while, the first wolves come to greet me. I was prepared to have to struggle a bit, maybe defend myself, but to my surprise they are happy to see me. Elena. Welcome back, girl. Missed ya, baby. Guys, look, it's really Elena. Jace. Bianca. And, in a few minutes, not a few but a whole crowd of werewolves run to me. The ones that were probably on patrol right before are still in their wolf form, but they bicker to run to me, like a wave of furs around my knees. The ones who can all try to hug me, ruffle my hair or grab my hand. I don't even know who to look at anymore. Elena. I can barely recognize them before the Lewis twins jump at me. Bonnie and Ben have grown up so much. They are freaking adults now. I hug them back, chuckling. I missed the Lewis family so much. After a few seconds of hugging them, I recognize the young man behind them. Moon Goddess. Micah. He smiles and hugs me. How did he get so big too? It was high time you came home, Elena, he whispers with a smile. I realize he's right. I was away for so long, and the White Moon clan is still a part of me, even if I tried hard to deny it and move on. For a few minutes, I laugh and tear up a bit, catching up with my old friends, holding Micah's arm and walking with the little crowd to my godfather's house. Most people leave me before we reach it, making me promise to come by that pub or this place before I go back. I feel like this is going to take all day. When I finally stop at the front door, I'm left with the twins and Micah. Their presence makes me feel a bit better, especially since Danny is busy at work and couldn't be there. I take a deep breath and knock. To my surprise, someone opens almost immediately. Hey, beautiful. Levi? What are you doing here? He hugs me quickly, and shrugs. Patrol duty, and Ben mind-linked me to say you were on your way here, so. How have you been? Your shoulder. I nod and show him. I'll have a nasty scar, but it's doing well, for a slow healer. Good, he says with a smile. But I'm still going to rip that witch apart for what she did to you. All right, I laugh, but you'll have to share. Elena. Behind him, Orpheus and Chris just appeared at the same moment. Chris is already smiling from ear to ear. My cousin runs to me, hugging me tight with his arm. Hey, easy. Seriously, how much did you eat, Chris? You're strong as a bear. He laughs while letting me go. He grew up too, and he's clearly been working out. I didn't stop training just because you were gone. Actually, our training got even harsher since ISA took over. We almost missed you. Haha, very funny, he's telling the truth though, chuckles Orpheus. Isabella is one tough trainer. Welcome back, Elena, I hug him too. Orpheus and I were never very close to begin with, but I don't think he's the type to be close to anyone. He's the typical workaholic introvert. Is Clark? Orpheus nods, pointing at the back of the house. I follow him, into the large living room. To my own surprise, I start tearing up as soon as I spot him, sitting on the couch with a frown, reading some document. Hearing us walk in, he turns his head to us. Orpheus, did you have the? He goes silent while noticing me in the middle of the little group. He stays mouth and eyes open for a few seconds, while I'm trying hard not to cry. I didn't think I would be thrown into such disarray once I saw Clark. But I can't stop it. I even try to look away for a second, and one of the boys rubs my back gently. Without either of us saying a word, Clark stands up and walks up to me. I have no idea what to say now that I'm here, but before I can think of something, my godfather suddenly hugs me. Moon Goddess Mother. I'm so sorry, baby, it's too much, I'm crying buckets already. Him. I missed my godfather more than I thought, and I can't help but hug him back. His huge arms are covering all of me, and I feel his hand gently caressing my hair, like a child. I'm so sorry, Elena. I was wrong. This was all wrong, Clark, it's over now, so, no, Elena. He grabs my shoulders, looking at me with a very serious expression and red eyes. It was my fault. Entirely. I'm your godfather. I should have protected you all the way, and I didn't. You did nothing wrong. I should have told them to FK off, and never, ever agreed to your banishment. I know that, now. I wipe my tears and take deep breaths. I don't need a nervous breakdown now, now's not the time for that. He takes me by the hand and pulls me to sit next to him on the couch. The rest of our little group spread around in the room, sitting or staying up, but no one's willing to leave. My cousin, Orpheus, and the Lewis siblings are all looking at us, waiting for what's next. It's good to see you back, whispers Clark. I know. I didn't think I'd be so happy to be back, to be honest. I guess I missed home more than I wanted to admit, everyone around us chuckles. Stubborn as ever, says Chris with a sneer. As long as you're back, I'm happy. Forget all the banishment, we don't have any borders anyway, and, Clark, you know it's not that simple. My seriousness seems to pain him, but we have to set things straight. There are some things we won't be able to avoid. I'm no longer part of the White Moon, it's over. Elena, no, listen. I'm saying this because I need you to know, and because now, it's okay. I'm fine with that. So you're with the Blood Moon now? Asks Levi. I shake my head. No. I'm my own wolf. I'm fine with not belonging to any pack. I've never liked answering to anyone, anyway. Alpha or not, I'm better off being a rogue. It's better this way. Maybe because I'm voicing it out for the first time, I'm more convinced than ever. I'm my own wolf. Not a White Moon daughter, not a royal, not an alpha. I'm just me, Elena Whitewood. Selena Blue Moon. I'm half human and half werewolf and a warrior. I'm different from my cousin, different from my peers. And that's okay. I don't need a clan's backing, or a royal's entitlement. I just need my family and my friends. I think I finally understand Reagan's feelings a bit better now, and that freedom she always cherished. She couldn't be tied down, she was a free wolf. I think I'm just like her. For a while, I explained to Clark everything he may not have heard of already. From when I left the White Moon, to the attack, and the Dark WH's threat. Levi and Daniel told him most of what he needed to know already, so I'm actually just filling in the blanks from my perspective. I stopped to the point where I decided to get back with Nathaniel, so we could raise our daughter together. I know it's not what you would have wanted, Clark, but it's the decision I've taken. It's better for her, too. No, it's fine, Elena. I've lost all right to tell you what to do with your life, or you baby girl. I would just like to meet her someday, if you'll allow it. Of course, I say with a smile. Actually, I've been dying to show Estelle the streets I grew up in. I never had the chance to know much about my mother, so I want to do that with her, so she knows where I come from, and why our family is like it is now. Clark? I wanted to discuss about the Dark WH, too. I want you to cooperate with the Blood Moon clan. Unconditionally. He sighs. To be honest, we won't have much choice. But it won't be easy, Elena. A lot of our people still don't think well of that clan. We lost too many people back then, in getting involved with them 4.5 years ago. If anything bigger than that is coming, I want to do anything I can to protect our clan, everyone. We've been watching the North for a while already, we will move first if anything happens. I just don't like to think we will be in the front lines, but, we don't know that for sure, says Levi. It might come from the east, our clan will stand at the border no matter what, replies Clark with a dark expression. We have always been. Everyone is preparing for what's coming, so. But even if I agree to it, Elena, it won't be easy to convince everyone. They haven't forgotten how the Blood Moon clan killed Diego. He was a criminal, but your maid had no right to kill him like a dog. I take a deep breath. Nathaniel didn't kill Diego. What? When I asked him, he says he couldn't answer. I know he wouldn't lie to me, so it wasn't him, but that means he probably couldn't tell me the truth either. Why would he, Clark? I need to see Iris, I declare. A silence follows my words, all of them doubtings their own ears. What the heck? Elena, no! Yells Chris. I ignore him to address Clark. Clark, Iris knows the answer to what truly happened. She probably didn't say it on purpose. My cousin might be a mythic, but I have to admit, she's a freaking mastermind when it comes down to manipulating people. Elena, if it's really the Blood Moon clan who did it, it could make things worse. Even so, I don't think they would have done this without a reason. I want to know what exactly happened, how Diego died. Moreover, I'm sure that Iris can help us convince everyone to rally the Blood Moon completely. Elena, it's the shittiest idea ever, growls Chris. My sister's been locked up for 4 years. You think she's going to be happy to see you? No way she'll agree to help you. I chuckle. You know, Chris, one thing about being locked up is that by now, she might be craving some fresh air. He shakes his head, unhappy. I can see they are all in disbelief, or seriously wondering if I've gone mad about getting my worst enemy out of prison. Truth is, I'm not as sure as I want to sound, but at the moment, I'm more concerned about changing opinions in the White Moon clan. I know a lot of people missed me, and are happy to see me back, but a lot of them won't trust me either. Even if Nora and Damien did most of the job by erasing the borders, I know the White Moon clan still isn't ready to fully cooperate. Both times we did, we lost people, like Eric. We will probably lose a lot more by now, unless we unite as one with the Blood Moon clan. Not as several packs gathered, but as one large pack. One pack of wolves, ready to defend one city. It's a crazy idea, but it's our only shot, I realize that now. Especially since it will be the only defense between my child, my nephews, and that dark witch and her army of vampires. You want to ask Iris her help to convince the White Moon to fusion with the Blood Moon. Repeats Levi, when I tell him my full idea on the way there. It's already starting, Levi. The Sapphire Moon and the Blood Moon are unified through Nora. Smaller clans will follow unconditionally. The only big clan that has always worked alone is the White Moon. It became worse after I left, wasn't it? Because our people thought you had been driven away by Black. And they killed one of our own, Elena. Even if it was Diego, it was, I know. But I feel like there's something that still can be done about that. The situation is already that complicated, and you have to ask your psychopath cousin? Of all people. I sigh. Yeah, I have to. 100. I always imagined Iris to be locked down into some dark, creepy dungeon, but this is the 21st century. We don't have a prison on our turf, but we do have a hospital, with a psychiatric ward. It's easy to throw someone in a tiny room, lock it and forget the key for a few years. So, my cousin is and has been confined in an all-white, rather spacious room with the simplest furniture, and a few books. Her hair has grown a lot, so her lavender curls are now pushed down by her blonde roots. It kind of annoys me that, despite all those years locked away, she's still as pretty and looking fine. I take a few seconds to observe her from behind the tiny window. She's wearing some dark jeans and a white top. Nothing with the quiet, shy Iris she pretended to be for years. I guess she has no more use in pretending. She's barefoot, but I bet she'd be wearing killer heels if she could. I take a deep breath and walk in. She raises her eyes from her book, and, as soon as she notices me, sneers. Look who's here. My dear cousin. How have you been, Elena? It's been a while. Did you bring me something, since you're visiting? Behind me, Levi clicks his tongue. After a long argument, we decided it would be better for only him to accompany me. Chris strictly refuses to see his sister again, as it upsets him deeply, and the younger Lewis siblings are unrelated to her. Even Clark refused to come. I'm not here to play your petty games, Iris, I reply coldly. She sighs. I know. Since you're showing up here, I guess you have something to ask me. I wonder what that is and, more importantly, how you're going to get me to comply. She's not going to make it easy, I know. Behind me, Levi's already growling. She chuckles. You brought your little sweetheart? No, let me guess. You're a single mother now? I bet Clark changed his mind and let you stay. Well, he would be glad to take a single mom as his girlfriend, but it doesn't seem like you two are together, so she has no idea what happened after she was imprisoned. She doesn't know I was gone for 4 years or even about the WH's attack. I take a deep breath, and after hesitating a while, undo my shirt, showing her the large scar, still pink and wide. It runs from my back, to my shoulder and down to my right. It's thick and ugly, and she probably can tell it's rather fresh. Iris frowns. I managed to get her attention. Someone attacked you with a chainsaw. She says with a mocking tone. Very funny, Iris, but no. The Dark Witch did this, and without a weapon. She keeps silent for a few seconds, staring at my injury with an indecipherable expression. After a few seconds, she tilts her head. Well, it looks painful. She has some talent. To my surprise, my injury doesn't seem to make her any happy. My cousin doesn't seem to care at all, in fact. She lets out a long sigh of boredom, sitting back on her bed. Oh, well. I guess you didn't come just to strip, so let's get this over with. What's going on? The Dark Witch will attack any time, now, I explain. I need the White Moon to trust the Blood Moon clan fully. Okay, and why should I care? Asks Iris, raising an eyebrow. You're the one who knows what really happened to Diego. If I want the White Moon to trust the Blood Moon, I need, before I can finish, Iris burst into an annoying laugh. She shakes her head, unable to stop as if I had said something funny. What the heck is wrong with her? Seriously, Elena? That's why? You think resolving your ex's death will solve things? Are you dumb? I want to slap her really bad at that moment, but I'll restrain myself. She chuckles and gets up, walking up to me like a cat. You're always so strong, but you haven't gotten smarter, Elena. Do you think this is all this is about? That if you can solve Diego's death, you can make things smooth between the White Moon and the Blood Moon? Does that mean you're still? No way. You in black. I growl, truly annoyed at her tone. Maybe it was a bad idea, after all, I shouldn't have come here, she's so. Iris sighs, crossing her arms. Even if I tell you the truth, you think it will solve things? Get real, Elena. The real reason no one trusts the Blood Moon clan is simply that they are cold-blooded murderers. I take a deep breath. Iris has no idea. True, she played her role in getting me and Nathaniel together. But she doesn't know a thing about our relationship, about him. Sure, he's made mistakes. I know he's not as gentle as he is with me when he's being his alpha self. I've seen it. I've seen him murder a man with his bare hands, and not feel sorry about it. All the times when I smelled blood on him, I didn't say a thing. Because I know that man isn't my Nathaniel. Yes, we are werewolves and we fight. We defend our territories, we get into battles. We growl when we feel threatened, and we bite when we have to. This is the world we live in, but it doesn't make who we are. That same man can be the sweetest father, the gentlest man. Those same hands who got dirted can also hug and caress someone. It's just that too few people know about that side of them. That side of him. The Black brothers aren't cold-blooded. They are alphas, scary and mighty, but they are men too. Men who can be reasoned, protect their packs and love their families. They listen to their mates, they care for others. If they kill, they have a reason for it. It's never for free, or unnecessarily cruel. The cruel one was that tortured me to find my baby and use her as a weapon. Iris, tell me, I growl. Why do you care, anyway? Why would I tell you? You had no issue with leaving me to root here for months and months, and now I should be a good girl and obey? What about your little puppy here? You didn't even ask him, did you? I turned to Levi and sigh. I already know Danny and Reagan had an agreement with Nate and gave him Diego. They told me a while ago. What I don't know is what really happened after that. You're the one who was behind Diego's return, I bet you were watching him and know who killed him. Iris clicks her tongue, meaning I'm right. She seems to hesitate for a bit. Why should I help you, Elena? I don't win anything from opening my mouth, I might as well keep it shut. Actually, I do win some satisfaction from it, so, I'd rather stay silent. Unless you have something worth my while. I'm not playing, Iris, I growl. We have a witch outside our borders that can attack at any moment with her army of vampires. You'd really be fine with that. Iris shrugs and opens her arms up, showing her environment. I've got my own personalized bunker. If you lock me up, I'm probably just going to be happy watching from the sidelines. Oh, maybe I should get some popcorn. Can't I just slap her? This selfish. Our whole civilization is on the verge of war and she finds it funny. Iris, I'm not kidding, this is our pack you're talking about. Our pack, Elena? More like your pack. Ever since Reagan dropped you here, you've been entitled to anything. Yes, I'm happy and someone finally gets rid of the eyesore you are. My dad, Chris, Clark, even Eric. Since you came, you did nothing but take what was mine, and disrupt other people's lives. I'm fed up with your jealousy issue, Iris, I growl. Yes, I was adopted into the pack, but that was it. Before I was stronger than you, my dad was stronger than yours. I'm sorry Xavier couldn't see anything but our strength, but if you wanted to change things, you should have stood up to him. If you wanted to be closer to Chris and if you wanted Eric to love you, you should have tried harder with both of them. And didn't Eric pick you when you tried? With all your schemes and lies, you're the one who disrupted everything. You can't blame me for everything when you never fought fairly for it. My words finally seem to hit her, as she takes a step back. Her sneer disappears, finally replaced by her hatred for me. Seems like playtime is over. Moon Goddess, I really hate you, Elena. Right back at you. We stare and glare at each other for a long time until she rolls her eyes. Fine. I'll tell Chris. I hesitate, but Levi speaks before I do. Your brother doesn't want to see you, Iris, you know that. Well then find a way, because I'm not going to tell anyone but Chris. Didn't you want an exchange? Well there you go, I want to see my brother. I frown, a bit confused. What are you planning, Iris? She clicks her tongue, annoyed. Oh, stop it, Elena. I may hate you, but Chris is my younger brother and I haven't seen him in years. You said I should make efforts with him? Well, I'm starting now. Why didn't you ask for your freedom? I ask, suspicious. With the show that's coming? Thanks but no thanks, I'll stay here, you know, in my private bunker. Now, my brother. I sigh and turn around, exchanging a look with Levi. Can we convince Chris, though? If he's been ignoring his sister's attempts to talk to him all this time. We decide to go back. Surprisingly, it only takes a few minutes to convince Chris, but he's clearly unhappy about his sister's bargain. He insists that I come with him first. Less than an hour later, we are back in Iris' cell. She stands up as soon as she sees her brother. Chris, no, Iris, you listen to me, he says. First, you tell Elena what she asked you. After that, we will talk. I don't trust you anymore, so if I doubt you're telling the truth, even one bit, I swear I'm leaving and you'll never see me again. For the first time, Iris seems truly hurt by his words. She probably didn't expect Chris to act like this towards her. His spite seems to have hit a chord. Her mighty attitude soon disappears, and she turns to me, clearly unhappy. Fine. What did you want to know? What happened, the night Diego died? Everything you know. She rolls her eyes, sitting on her bed, but with her brother in the room, she's a lot more docile and less arrogant. I was there when they caught him. I'm not sure how Blondie and Reagan kicked him out of the territory, but as soon as he stepped over, several Blood Moon wolves jumped at him. They dragged him further away, so I followed secretly. I wasn't exactly overjoyed by this situation, as you can imagine. I bet. It probably disrupted her evil plans by a lot. It was quick, though. First, that bastard struggled a bit, but well, your man didn't come alone, so he didn't have a chance to run. The Black Blondie was furious, and wanted a duel with him, probably to make him suffer a long death. That fight never happened, I say. Diego's body was fine, he was just shot in the head. Yet, well, your boyfriend didn't see it coming either, from the face he made. His brother arrived. I stay speechless for a few seconds. His brother? Liam. No, not the brat, the king. He showed up out of nowhere. From the look on his face, your man didn't expect him. And just like that, the king took out AG*N. The two brothers argued for a while. Your man wanted a fair fight or whatever, but the king said that Give didn't deserve any chance. Something like he didn't have any pity for rapists. And just like that, he shot Diego right in the head. I did not expect that at all. Damian Black. Nora's husband killed Diego. Not to help Nathaniel, but because the king wouldn't allow anyone on his territory. I suddenly remember Nora's past. She never really went as far as giving me details, but something like that happened to her. In her previous pack, someone attacked her. No wonder the king was so cold-blooded about killing Diego. For him, it wasn't a murder, it wasn't a crime. It was the execution of a criminal. Because I went through what Nora barely avoided, and Damian Black knew. And he wouldn't allow someone like that in Silver City. Did Nate tell his brother about what happened? There are so many ways Damian could have known, back then. He was watching me because of my relationship with Nate. I bet he got a hold of my criminal record, too. Whispers Chris. Yeah, it doesn't make the situation better at all, sighs Levi. Indeed, this is a problem. Nathaniel or Damian, either of the brothers killed Diego doesn't change anything. A member of the White Moon clan was killed by one of the Black brothers, that's all our pack members are going to see. This is such a mess. Even if he is the king, even if Diego was formerly banished, Damian Black had no right to execute him, he was part of another clan, not his. We exchange looks, but this is a real situation. If we can't get the White Moon to change their opinion. Oh, please, suddenly says Iris with a dramatic sigh. You guys are such idiots, aren't you? Iris, you better have something smart and useful to say following that sentence, growls Levi, just as irritated as I am. Chris glares at her too, but his sister just shrugs. There's one simple way to resolve this, isn't there? Tell them the truth. I stay silent, unsure about what she means, and Levi and Chris look just as confused. Iris sneers. Just tell them the truth, Elena, what happened 7 years ago. The real reason Diego and you fought. The White Moon will change their minds if they know what Diego did. I slowly understand. That's right. I stayed silent about what had truly happened, back then. Aside from a handful of people, no one knew that I stabbed Diego because I lost a baby. I didn't want to talk about it, so I let people make their assumptions about the real reasons for the fight, and Clark was the only judge for it. I went to jail, and Diego disappeared, no one brought it up again. People thought we had always been an electric, unstable couple, that suddenly went over the line. For werewolves, especially alphas, it didn't seem so crazy. However, it wasn't so simple. Iris is right. People would change their minds if they knew the truth about Diego. No one would cry or even mind the death of someone like him. Actually, they might even think it was justice. He committed the worst sin possible for a werewolf. The one thing our kind can never, ever forgive. Killing a werewolf pup. 101. I can't decide if it's a crazy idea, a genius idea or the shittiest one ever. I take a deep sigh. We have been debating Iris' suggestion for a while now, and this isn't getting any better. We're back at Clark's house, with everyone, including Isabella and Orpheus. Daniel came back from work too, but Chris stayed behind with his sister to talk after Levis and I left. I'm positive the pack will be mad at Clark for keeping this whole thing quiet, says Orpheus. It's too big. Agreed, but I think they have every right to be, announces Isabella, who has been glaring at Clark non-stop since we told her everything. Really, Clark, what were you thinking? It was my choice, I explain. Back then, I was perturbed a lot, ISA. Losing my unborn child threw me into depression, and I was convicted, too. I begged Clark and my parents to not tell the pack what had happened. I didn't want to hear about it anymore, and I thought if I was gone for a while, and Diego too, I would be forgotten. Thinking back, it was also probably the only way for me to truly end my abusive relationship with him, by pretending nothing happened. I didn't care that I was convicted for attempted murder, compared to the loss I had suffered. As long as Diego was out of sight and far from me, I knew I'd be able to recover someday. Isabella takes a deep sigh. I understand, Elena, but it was Clark's responsibility. Now, if we explain this to our people, they will accuse him of wronging you and admitting Diego back. Having him banished for good should have been the lightest punishment possible, but he was gone for only 5 years. People won't accept it, and they won't listen to his words to trust the blood moon after that. But they will listen to Elena. We turn to Orpheus, who stands up. I know I would. Orpheus, no one will listen to me, I reply, surprised he would even suggest that. I'm the girl who had a child with one of the Black brothers and left the pack who adopted her. Trust me, I'm not high on the most trusted people list right now. I don't think that's necessarily true, Elena, says Levi. Most of our people are fine with the idea of mating with people from other packs, now, even the blood moon. Since the Luna abolished the borders, it has become more and more common. No one will blame you for having Estelle, especially after what you went through, adds Bonnie. A lot of the fighters now are people you trained, too. I bet they'd be happy to see you back. I chuckle at Ben's enthusiasm. The twins' words are very comforting to me, but I can't tell how realistic they are. I think it's worth trying. We need to ally with the blood moon, officially, and no one will agree to it without a proper explanation, I admit. I turn to Isabella and Clark. They are the ones to decide, as I know Orpheus is already agreeing with me. Isabella sighs. Will they believe you, though? It comes out years later at such a time, asks Bonnie. We have tons of proofs if needed, replies Danny. It went to court, plus we kept Elena's hospital bills and all. Clark? I call him. He hasn't said a word for a while. Is he worried about the position this will put him in? He might lose all respect as the alpha. My godfather suddenly stands out. It's fine, Elena. I would rather get it off my conscience. I was never comfortable with how things turned out, it's high time I repair my mistakes and repay my debt to you. Isa is right. This pack had a duty to protect you, and we failed. I won't allow it twice. I'm touched by his words. Back then, it did feel as if I was alone with my pain. It was convenient for everyone else to forget it all. He smiles at me and ruffles my hair. I knew you'd grow up to be a fine woman. Don't worry, I will handle this. I want to be there, to do it with you, I immediately insist. If you want. After a few minutes, Clark calls most of the pack's adults over to the nearby park, the only place big enough to have all the werewolves attend comfortably. I wonder how fast the word got spread about my return because absolutely no one seems surprised to see me next to Clark and Orpheus. As we discussed, Isabella and Clark do all the talking, and it's a short one anyway. About how the full cooperation with the Blood Moon will be needed, and why Diego died. Everyone stays silent while the Alpha talks, but I can read shock and anger on a lot of faces. We need to come to an agreement now, concludes Isabella. Clark, why didn't you tell us back then? We never liked Diego, but you should have told us the full story. Yells someone from the back. That's right. A pup murderer? Clark, he could have attacked our other kids. Growl a woman. This was between him and me, I explain. It was personal, I don't think Diego would have, you can't say that for sure. A sociopath, a murderer. And the Alpha allowed him back. A lot of people start growling along but Clark doesn't flinch. He expected this, after Isabella's warning. Elena left because of you. No, I had different reasons to leave. I interrupt, annoyed. Listen, we are not having Clark's trial now. He is your alpha, and whatever he decided back then is between him and I. Some of them won't listen and keep yelling. It's frankly annoying to be facing such an undisciplined crowd. Werewolves are so stubborn. Stop it! I yell, releasing all of my alpha aura. Everyone shuts up as if a wave had hit them. I don't think I've ever used so much of my aura before, but there we are. This pack has enough issues as it is. Remember just what happened 4 years ago. All those that we lost. Do you want to avoid more deaths next time? Then stop acting so stubborn and listen, for once. A long silence follows my words. Some exchange glances and frowns, as if they were trying to reach a common ground. I take a deep breath and look sideways at Clark. My godfather smiles and nods. We will lose more people if we don't work as one with the Blood Moon clan, I explain. We are already on good terms with them, Elena. I don't mean an alliance. I mean we need to fusion the White Moon pack with the Blood Moon pack. I'm hit by a wave of protests. Some people are just speechless or hesitant, but some of them are completely against the idea. No way. We are the White Moon clan. We won't become someone else's property. Elena, what? Is it Black's idea? Shut up and listen. I growl again. It is my idea. Not Clark or anyone else's. This isn't just about our turfs or our pack anymore. We have an army coming. An army of vampires, and a witch guiding them. The same one that attacked us before. I undo my shirt, showing them my injury, still fresh. See that? I can't stand against her. We can't, okay? We are just lucky enough to have a witch on our side. Do you think we won the previous fight? Well, hear this, we didn't. Silviana, the witch of Silver City, saved our asses. Otherwise, what do you think would have happened? I catch my breath, looking at the crowd. I've managed to make them doubt. People are reminiscing, I know they can't have possibly forgotten. Not with the number of wounded people we had, or the ones we buried. Next to me, Orpheus nods. Just try to remember it was, he adds. The water attacking us. Even with the blood moon helping us, it was a nightmare. Everyone lost a friend or a family member back then, says Isabella. I know everyone in the pack thinks about her son, Eric, who was among the victims. This is what we need to focus on. How many people we can actually save, what will be left after the fight, and what we could lose. I see a lot of them finally stop protesting, glancing at each other with worry. This won't be our regular fight, I declare. There will be deaths. It's the sad truth, I won't lie to you. We will lose people. All I want is for us is to lose as few as possible. I want the best outcome, I want us to win this fight. We can't afford to lose, because if we do lose, it will be the end. Not only of our pack but of everything we know and love. I don't care any more about the packs, the borders. We are werewolves. We are the werewolves of Silver City, one large pack. I know I won't be scared of a WH, no matter how many vampires she brings, if I can stand with my people. My family, my friends, all of my kind, as one. I let a bit of silence float after my words, hoping it will reach them. If we fusion with the Blood Moon clan, we will truly become one pack. Altogether, hundreds of wolves, able to mind link as one body. The strongest clan this city has ever seen. What about the other packs? Asks someone. How do we know they will allow that too? You know how loved and popular the Luna is, says Levi. She's a royal, people will rally to her. The Sapphire Moon and Jade Moon clan are already completely loyal to her. Most packs will follow her lead. We can follow Elena's. Wow, wait. When did I say anything about following me? I glare at Levi, wondering what he is thinking, but I see him exchange glances with Clark and Danny instead. What are they planning? Clark will be leading, I warn them. No, Elena, you will, suddenly declares Clark, turning to me. For this fight, we need you to act as the alpha. What? I just decided I won't be an alpha. I'm fine not being anyone's alpha, why are they doing this to me now? You said it yourself, Elena, all the werewolves will act as one. We will need the alphas to act together to lead them. And no one is more capable than you of doing that. I growl at Orpheus, annoyed that he is part of this freaking trap too. I am not fit to lead anyone. You're a fighter, Elena, it's in your blood, says Daniel. Your father was a royal warrior, wasn't he? There is nothing more powerful than that. I see the crowd start to whisper between themselves, surprised to hear about my parentage. Seriously, Daniel? Now. I yell at him, furious. Don't blame him, Elena, we already discussed this. I am not going to lead anyone. This is not, Elena, you're an alpha and half a royal. You're the best fighter of your generation, or any generation this pack has seen. And your mind-linking ability is way better than anyone else's, too. This is a nightmare. How can they do this to me, in front of the whole pack? I never agreed to any of that. Would it have been too much to at least warn me? Did they do it on purpose, thinking I wouldn't be able to refuse? Elena is half royal. Asks someone from the crowd. Who freaking cares? I yell. Clark, I was gone from this pack for 4 years, who do you think I am? I can't show up and start ordering people around. I am no alpha material. I hate making decisions for others. My godfather turns to me, looking dead serious. I almost step back, feeling his aura all out, but before I do, my wolf is growling right back at him, her instincts taking over. Elena, I'm ready to abandon my alpha position right here and now for you to take it. You know this is what I've always wanted for you, and what you deserve. Clark, no. I've made my share of shitty choices, haven't I? You really think I would be able to? You're good at protecting others, Elena. You make the decisions you make because you know when to attack, when to fight back and when to retreat. This is insane, I mutter. This whole situation is insane, Elena, he continues. But we have a war coming, and it's just as you said, we need the best chances. You're one of those chances. You came up with this idea, and I wholly support it. I don't mind if you run away and live your life any way you want without us after that. But now, you need to go to the end of things, and do what needs to be done. You exile me for 4 years, and now you expect me to come back and save you all just because of my lineage. Not just your lineage, Elena, replies Isabella. Everyone here knows your skills. Despite what happened 4 years ago, everyone welcomed you back, didn't they? You trained our warriors. You fought alongside them. These are still your people, your pack. If we took back a jerk like Diego, what kind of pack are we if we don't take you back? I never said I wanted to come back, I growl. I'm fine. I have my daughter, everything I need is not. I interrupt my sentence, realizing I can't end it. I'm wrong. The White Moon is, or was, my pack. I remember the feeling I had when I walked back in. The people I had missed. My friends, my family. I growl, frustrated as hell. You're the one we need, Elena, sighs Clark. I'm not. I don't know how to lead a pack. Even if I agreed to this whole shitty idea, I'm not in shape, I haven't fought in years and, if I remember correctly, you killed dozens of vampires without even shifting into your wolf form, notes Orpheus. And while being pregnant, whispers Danny, avoiding my glare. You have time to get back in shape, says Clark. What we need is for you to agree. If you do, everyone here will follow you into this fusion with the Blood Moon clan, Elena. I glare at the little group, furious. I hate the whole idea, really. Especially since I'm well aware they would make me feel guilty of abandoning them if I don't agree. Elena, whispers Isabella, I know how crazy and selfish we may sound right now. But trust me, we talked it over. We truly believe this is the best shot we've got, and it's with you, honey. Maybe things should have gone differently for you, you should have gotten the alpha position in a more normal and fair way, but here we are. We only have one chance, Elena. And I truly think it's you. 102. So, you agreed? Heck no, Nate. They threw this at me, I was not prepared. I said I'd think about it. He's watching me walk in circles inside his apartment, while he's carrying Estelle who fell asleep in his arms. I just can't calm down since I left the gathering. First, I'm still mad at Clark and the Lewis siblings for tricking me into this. Secondly, I'm still completely amazed that they even dared to come up with such an idea. And I thought I was the crazy one for suggesting a fusion between the clans. Lastly, I'm supposed to be a pariah in that pack, and now I'm some sort of last-minute savior? It's a good idea, I think. I immediately turned to him with a glare. Not you too. Well, it does make sense, he continues. Elena, you're not someone who can stand on the sidelines. Yes, but I was expecting to fight like any other wolf, not be some headlight for my former pack. He chuckles, walking to the sofa to sit down. As if you'd listen to anyone's orders, my sunshine. You're alpha. I mean, Clark is right. You can certainly do this, and you should. I shake my head. No, no. Not when I had just found who I am, who I want to be. This is madness. The whole point of putting the events with Diego into the light was to have the pack see the blood moon differently, not have Clark step down of his position to push it over to me. I go to sit next to Nate on the sofa, suddenly tired from all that mess. He puts a hand on my knee, gently caressing me. Don't think too much for now. You don't have to answer them now, Elena. You just came back to your former pack, it's enough for today. We need to talk to Damien and Nora about your idea, too. I nod, feeling a bit comforted by his words. He's right. I should take some time to consider it, see if I think I can shoulder this. I don't doubt Nora will agree to it, though. She's always been keen on making any differences between the packs, and she respects my opinion. I am not worried about my cousin-in-law, either, almost everything Nora says he'll agree with anyway. And Nate agreed it's a good idea too. We should make plans, he suddenly says. I look at him, a bit surprised. What is he talking about? Nathaniel smiles and kisses Estelle's temple, laying her on the couch next to him before turning to me and taking my hand. You, Estelle and I want us to have plans, for when this whole mess is other. Nate, I'm not sure this is, I don't want to live as if we were going to die, Elena. I want to have something to look forward to. I am not marrying you, I assert with a growl. He laughs it off, but I know he's still holding on to that stupid idea. well, he can forget about it. I don't want to get married, and certainly not with him. That jerk is not reliable at all. Moreover, he already got more than he was supposed to from me. I am not indulging him again. Not before a few years. As Danny said, he should thrive a bit for all I went through. I'm talking about something else, Elena, he explains. Like a trip, for example. A trip. That's probably the last thing I would have thought about at such a time, but Nate seems serious about it. We could go on a holiday, once this is all over. The three of us, somewhere far from Silver City. I want to see where Estelle was born and grew up in, too. It does sound good. Something we should look forward to. I want to imagine us, after all this madness, having fun together, somewhere safe and warm. And visiting our old house again. If there's anything left of it. That which probably found it. To be honest, I miss the house a bit, I admit. How was it? I can't help but chuckle. When Silviana took me there, it was just an old, abandoned house. But I liked it. It was all made of wood. It took us a while to clean it. Silviana used her powers to sweep away all the dead leaves, replace the rotten wood and repel the plants that had started growing in or on it. I'm glad WHES are so good at cleaning, but still, just the dust and dirt took ages to get rid of, since it was big. But it was worth it. The kind of old family house that has its own charms you uncover little by little. With large windows, a terrace, a big kitchen, a big bathroom. Ah, I really miss that place. I can't help but smile, just thinking about it. Those 4 years there were really peaceful, just me and my daughter. Every day going by slowly, taking care of the house, hunting our food and even growing vegetables in the little garden Silviana made for us. There was a human village a few miles away, but we only made the trip once in a while. Whether they knew or their instincts sensed that we were werewolves, we were not welcome there. I just bought the groceries and went back as soon as I was done. Just my daughter and I. Estelle played with me, or the pets she befriended, like the little rabbits she found and adopted, her bunnies. Maybe she can get to school in September. It would be good if she made some human friends. Will we still be there in September? It's only a few weeks away, but it feels so far away. I turn to Nate. So, a trip? He nods. Yeah, wherever you want. Just the three of us. We could even search for it. You know, the Blue Moon Clan. I stay speechless for a while. I had never thought about it. Going back to my roots, finding more about wherever Nora and I came from if there's anything left. Nathaniel is right, with the witch gone, we would be free to go and look for clues about our parents. We know so little about them. It feels like I never had time to stop and think about it, but it did cross my mind a few times. I could ask Nora about it, and even our long-lost cousin William. Maybe, I sigh. Did Nora ever mention it? Yes, he nods. To Damien, at least. She's very curious about her mother. About Queen Diane too. Nora is probably more at a loss than I am. After all, I was brought up by Reagan and adopted soon after by loving parents. My attachment to the White Moon is legitimate, as they retain so much of my childhood. Nora is different. Her parents disappeared when she was a child, and though she was taken in by another pack, she never really felt any family love from them or even from her half-brother. Even if she had a family of her own now, she's probably the most curious one. I see, I simply reply. Nathaniel smiles and leans in to give me a long kiss. It's a bit unexpected but it's nice, as always. Well, not just nice. He caresses my arm too, in a gentle way. Though, with Stella next to us, we can't push it too far. We play nice and simply exchange a long, hot kiss, warming up our lips and chuckling like teenagers in love. After a while, we part, each a smile on our lips. You have no idea how much I missed you, he whispers with a sigh. I push him away with my feet. A few hours later, our baby girl woke up, and we are at Nora's place, talking about my plan to fusion all the clans after a nice dinner. No one is really interested in the desserts, they are all ears wide open and shocked by my words. All three black brothers are there, plus Boyan and his siblings, as well as Isaac and Danny. Neil's wife is watching all the kids in the playroom next door. Only Silviana refused to come, apparently, she's busy, but this is the werewolf matters anyway. So, the white moon would agree to a fusion with the blood moon? Asks Tanya, doubtful. I convinced them. What Elena doesn't say is that they want her to lead them, adds Nathaniel. I roll my eyes. He didn't need to mention that part yet, but whatever. Nora's eyes are already full of excitement. Elena, this is awesome! She exclaims. Really? I just told you they want to follow me into this crazy war, Nora. Me, of all people. I didn't think, but I stopped talking as, around the table, none of them seems very surprised. Really? Nora glances at her husband, who starts talking. Actually, we have been in close talks with the Sapphire Moon and a few others, recently, says Damien. Elena, if the White Moon clan agrees to it too, we could have almost all of the werewolves clans of Silver City in. I'm speechless. Already? How long have they been preparing for this? Nora blushes a bit, seeing my reaction. We actually had the same idea as you, so we started talking to the other alphas those past few weeks, but it's nothing new, Elena. William insisted that I got registered under the Sapphire Moon, and as of now, he has made me his successor. Since Damien and I are mates, the two packs are already aligned. I thought William Blue had a daughter. I ask, confused. He does, but he doesn't want her to take over the Sapphire Moon clan. Rose will be the Luna for the Pearl Moon clan, her mother's pack. All the maths between the Sapphire, Pearl, and Black Moon relationships are way too complicated for me. However, I understand that Nora can basically become the Sapphire Moon's Luna anytime now, and through Damien, she is already the Blood Moon's Luna. The two biggest packs of Silver City and the next biggest and wealthiest one is the White Moon. What about the others? The Violet Moon, the Sea Moon Wolves. This time, it's with Tanya that Nora exchanges a look. Right, now Boyan's sister is going out with the Violet Moon Alpha, Lysandra Jones. It probably helped. Lysandra and Arthur are still reticent, she says, but I'm pretty sure we can have them agree to a temporary fusion. After the war, they want their packs back, but they are fine with submitting to Damien and me until it's over. Same thing for the Red Moon. Or whatever's left of them. Black should have banished those traitors 4 years ago when they turned on us for the Gold Moon clan. I'm trying to count, but those are all the main clans of Silver City. If the deal is done, Damien and Nora will be Alpha and Luna of 90% of the Silver City werewolf population. This is insane. I'm getting the chills. This is really to be an all-out war. Our only missing piece was the White Moon clan, Elena, says Damien. We couldn't talk to them until now, but if you agree to their terms, I'll be a bridge between Nora and them. You want me to be the bridge between you and the White Moon, I get it, I sigh. So it all comes to this. I wasn't sure you could convince them, and I wasn't sure they would listen to you, so I was afraid it was too soon to tell you, admits Nora, a bit fidgety. Well, for once I was faster, I guess. I stand up, pacing out again to think. Nate grabs my hand to stop me, pulling me to him. Elena, you can think about it a bit longer. It all happened today, but Silviana said we have weeks. I gently smile to my man and bow down for a quick peck on his lips. I turn to Nora, feeling a bit braver. Nora, there's something I have been thinking about for a while. With your power, do you think we could officialize our relationship? When I talked to my pack, most of them were doubtful about my origins. If we had a way to make it official. If this is about you having a bond with the Blood Moon clan, my sunshine, I'm pretty sure marrying me would, Nathaniel Black, the answer is still no. And Nora is the one I need a bond with. Hey! Nate would be a bad husband, but I would make an awesome brother-in-law, Elena says Liam with a cheeky smile. Thanks for the support, Liam, growls Nate. Everyone laughs, breaking a bit of the heavy atmosphere that was floating around until just a moment ago. Nathaniel rolls his eyes and pulls me onto his lap. Nora smiles across the table. What did you have in mind, then? You know. Just putting our family tree into the city records, things like that. And I want to take my real name, too. She opens her mouth a bit, surprised. Elena Blue Moon. No. I don't want to completely omit the White Moon part in me. From now on, I want to be Selena Whitewood, with my relationship to you known. I think this is how I will find a middle between my two identities. I think this is what I would like better. Nora nods, looking a bit emotional. I did almost the same, she says. I registered as Eleonora Blue Moon, though everyone still knows me as Nora. Reagan is the one who saved Selena. She held on to my name for years. I think it's time I take it back. Now you sound like a royal, says Liam. I don't hear a royal, I hear a warrior. You know what, Selena, I have been hearing about you being the best fighter for a while now. I want to see that. I turn to Tanya, surprised. But then, I remember, that woman is the one who trained Nora and Boyan's sister. Moreover, she is the number 2 in the Violet Moon clan, known for its fierce fighters. She is already standing up, with a grin and a bit of a fire in her eyes, excited. Tanya, says Nate with a frown, but I stop him, turning to her. Is this a challenge? I ask. Let's be honest, Tanya managed to woke up the wolf in me. Seeing a challenger, she just wants to go. Easy girl, we are just done healing a few hours ago. Join our Facebook and WhatsApp group for more updates, link is given in description. Rest audiobook will be continued in next episode.